Hello, my name's Ruth. I'm a self-taught makeup artist. I'm new to YouTube. I live in Sydney, Australia, and this is my passion. Makeup is my passion, but I'm looking to get into the makeup industry. I filmed a tutorial on this look that I'm wearing right now. It's just a casual, well, not really casual, but smoky, everyday look. Quite a warm eye and a neutral lip, but this can be paired with any colour lip. You can wear it every day, at night time, going out, and you can make it even more dramatic, just keep adding the smokiness. If you want to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. Thanks guys! Alright, so to start I'm using Kiehls Midnight Recovery Eye Moisturiser. This is the under eye moisturiser I've been using for a couple of months, and it's really helped to reduce the blue dark circles under my eyes. For my face moisturiser, I'm using Kiehls Ultra Facial Moisturiser. I have dry skin and I like a really heavy duty moisturiser to counteract the dryness. Just make sure you're rubbing it all into your skin, melting it in. For foundation, I'm using Too Faced Born This Way foundation in nude with Becca Backlight priming filter mixed in. As I have dry skin, I like to have a luminous look to my skin, which is why I'm mixing the Becca product in. It just gives the skin a nice healthy glow. I'm dotting the foundation all over my face and then blending that in using a Real Techniques sculpting brush. This brush is amazing. It does basically all the blending for you. Just making sure that you're blending all your foundation down your neck as well, matching your face to your chest. That's really important when you're using a bit of a darker foundation, to make sure that it's matching to your chest. Never match your foundation to your face colour, always match it to your chest, as that's what always gets darker. For concealer, I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Weightless Concealer in Light Warm. I'm just placing it in a sort of triangle underneath my eyes, down around my nose, my forehead, my nose, my cupid's bow and my chin. Putting it in all these places, as if you're using concealer as a bit of a highlight as well, you need to make sure your face is nice and balanced and you just don't look super bright under your eyes and the rest of your face is not matching. To blend that in, I'm using a damp Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. You have to use these sponges wet, as they work a lot better. They don't absorb all your product if you're using it wet, as the water's already in there and that's absorbed in. Just using patting motions to blend my concealer in, going backwards and forwards underneath my eyes to make sure it's all blended in. To set that, I'm using the RCMA No Colour Powder on a Real Techniques setting brush. Just using a small amount of powder, as I've got dry under eyes and I don't like to have too much powder, as it makes my eyes look cakey. I'm just using that powder everywhere that I've placed concealer and just setting that to make sure it lasts all day. To set my face, I'm going to be using the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette, the lighter shade in the palette, which is the middle one. Just using that all over my face will give a nice glow, as well as set the foundation and make it easier to blend in all our products later. I'm using the Real Techniques blush brush for this. For my bronzer, I'm using the Makeupgeek contour powders in Bad Habit and Infidelity. These are the cool and warm porcelain shades. I'm using them both mixed together to give me a contour and bronze look at the same time. Placing that just underneath my cheekbone, across my hairline, and underneath my jaw to give my face some shape and a nice colour. Just layering the products as well and making sure that they're all blended until I'm happy with the amount of product and the colour and the shape that I've got. I'm using the Real Techniques Duo Fibre brush for this. For highlight, I'm using the Sleek Solstice palette. the peach powder shade, using Aerial Techniques fan brush for this. You only need the smallest amount of product because this is highly pigmented. Make sure you tap off any excess product. I'm just placing this on the top of my cheekbones, above my eyebrow, my nose and my cupid's bow, and a little bit on my chin just to give my face an all over luminosity. For blush, I'm using Milani Luminoso blush, which is a beautiful peachy luminous blush, and I'm using that on the Morphe E4. I'm placing that on the apples of my cheeks and bringing that between my highlight and my bronzer. For my eyebrows, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in medium brown, starting off with the tail of my brow, just thickening that, and then moving to the front of my brow and thickening that a little bit. I like to keep my brows nice and natural, but just a little bit thicker and a bit more defined than they normally are. I continually go back and forth between the pencil and the spoolie side just to make sure that my brows are looking nice and blended and not too drawn on. For eye primer, I'm using MAC 24 Hour Extend Eye Base. I'm using this with my finger, just a small amount, and setting that with the MAC Pro Emphasise powder and a MAC 217 brush. You want to make sure that you're setting your eye primer with a shadow that's close to your natural skin colour. This is going to make blending your eyeshadows in easier later on. For my eyeshadow, I'm using Makeupgeek Beaches and Cream as my transition colour. Just placing that in my upper crease and using windshield wiper motions to blend that in. This is a beautiful transition colour, and it's going to make blending darker colours in later on a lot easier. I'm using the Morphe M441 to do this, which is a longer fluffy brush. I'm now using Makeupgeek Creme Brulee. I have slightly hooded eyes, so I'm lifting my eyebrows so I can get to my crease. Using a Morphe M433, I'm just placing that in my crease, my lower crease, using windshield wiper motions, and then I'm putting that in the outer corner of my eye a little bit too, just to add some definition there. Just going backwards and forwards and blending that in, adding some more colour just to define it a bit more. Now I'm taking Makeupgeek Latte and going over where I placed the creme brulee, just to deepen and intensify the eye even further. I'm using the same Morphe M433 brush, which is a dupe for the MAC 217. Just continually using those windshield wiper and circular buffing motions to blend that all together. I'm now using Makeupgeek Cocoa Bear and just using the Makeupgeek Defined Crease Brush to place that in the outer V of my eye. Just continually packing on product, and I'll be going back to the Morphe M433 brush to blend it all in. For eyeliner, I'm using the Blinc Ultra Fine liner in black. Just start looking straight ahead from your lower lash line at the outer eye. You want to draw a line straight out and then connect that with your lid, so drawing from the outer line straight back into your lid. Then fill that all in. I'm going for a small thin wing today, which is why I'm using this Blinc product. It's amazing for giving you a very thin winged look. And then you're going to just continue that black all the way along your lash line. I'm sorry my hand was blocking the camera, I didn't realise, but you can see what it will look like in a minute. For the inner corner, inner waterline, I'm using Colourpop Creme Gel Liner in Honeydude. This is one of their newer colours in their Creme Gel Liner formula. This is perfect if you don't want to do a black or a white, you just want a nice neutral colour in your waterline. For the lower lash line, I'm using the M433 brush with Cocoa Bear and Latte mixed. Just placing that all along the lower lash line to give the eye a nice smoky look. Now moving on to the M441 brush with Creme Brulee and Beaches and Cream mixed. I'm just softening that product that I've placed earlier and just making it nice and smoky and making sure it blends. Just going back to that Pro Emphasise powder and a MAC 239 and placing a bit more on the lid, and then back to the M433 to blend. For my inner corner highlight, I'm using Makeupgeek Shimma on a Real Techniques, I think it's defined brush, I'm not sure, I'll have the name down below. Just placing that in the inner corner for some nice highlight, and then on my brow bone. I'm sorry, my brush is busted up as well, that's why it's got tape all over it. For lashes, I'm using the Ardell Wispies. These are awesome natural looking lash with a bit of length and wispiness. To place that, I'm just looking straight ahead, placing the middle bit of the lash to the middle bit of my eye, and then tucking the outer and inner corners. And for the lash glue, I've used the House of Lashes lash glue. For mascara, I'm using the Maybelline Lash Sensational in black, just placing some on my lower lashes and my top lashes to blend them with my false lashes. For lips, I'm using the MAC Boldy Bare lip liner and just naturally lining my lips. I don't like to overdraw my lips too much. I just not really going for that look, so I just do a natural shape. This is perfect for any nude lipstick that you've got to wear. This goes beautifully underneath anything, really. So just drawing my lips, just lining them naturally. For my lip colour, I'm using Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip in Magic Wand. This is a beautiful neutral colour and the formula is absolutely amazing. It is like a liquid lipstick, but it doesn't dry matte. It dries to a nice satin finish and it's long lasting. It's really comfortable on the lips. It leaves your lips with a nice beautiful satin sheen. It isn't transfer proof, so if you're eating or drinking it will transfer, but it is long lasting and it doesn't fade. I'm just curling my lashes with my false lashes just to make sure that they're nice and blended and that they stick together. And for setting spray, I'm using the Urban Decay Chill All Nighter setting spray. It's important to set your makeup with a setting spray so that all the powders blend into the skin and you don't look like cake face. And that's the finished look, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I had heaps of fun filming this for you. And thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Bye.